Hello, Mr. Segun. I think we are good to start. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hope you
All
can
right,
too.
wonderful. Good afternoon, Mr. Shegun. Thank you for always being available. When we have webinars like this, you're always there to answer a call, and super happy to host you today as we talk on this very important topic because it sounds like something simple, staying safe online, but there are lots of things that is involved in just your online safety. And today, I'm really sure with your capacity, you're going to really break it down for us to really understand how to stay safe online. And let's just
Thank
start
you.
with a small introduction about yourself before we go into the, webinar proper.
All right, thank you for having me, Joe. It's an honor, and I'm always looking forward to. Hope you can still hear me.
Yeah, yeah, loud and clear.
And I'm always looking forward to sessions like this. This is what I love doing. I love talking about security in the cyberspace, and this is
Hmm.
what I do every day of my life. And yeah, that's why anytime I have opportunities like this, it's always a pleasure. And yeah, my name is Segun Olaniyan. Segun Olaniyan for short. I'm a cybersecurity practitioner focusing on third-party risk management, right? I
Hmm.
help
Yeah.
organizations to identify control implementation gaps and help businesses who are going into partnership with other businesses to be able to identify if other businesses that want to partner with them actually have a strong and resilient cybersecurity posture. That is what I do every day, and I'm a cybersecurity educator. I also I instruct, I train, and I'm a writer also. I've released two books on cybersecurity, career development, and one was free, and one is free. Another one I released like 3 days ago, Spades, and yeah, that is pretty much about me. If you want to know more about me, let's connect on LinkedIn. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, wonderful introduction there, Mr. Shegun. Wonderful, wonderful introduction. I'm going to pick up one of your books this week, and I read in it and read up on it. So, talking about staying safe online. Before we dive into the topics of online threats, it is essential to understand the landscape that we are dealing with, right? The internet, right, is a very vast and dynamic space, and it is not without dangers. There are dangers when surfing the internet. you know by us identifying these threats, we can say that we can equip ourselves better, and safeguard our online presence. So I would love for you to tell us the most common online threats that we face on a day-to-day, internet surfing life.
All right, so yeah, as you have said, it is very important to actually be conscious of the threat landscape when it comes to
Yeah.
the online our online presence, so that you know the dangers that are looming. In order for you to know how you should actually accord yourself and how you should comport yourself while using the internet or while surfing the net, right? What are the most common uh, online threats? The one
Yeah.
is social engineering. Is that one
Yes.
is
Yeah.
I
You're
know
right.
our listeners would have heard about social engineering and what it is in a simple term. Social engineering is the process of you know, manipulating humans in order to make security mistake. It's as simple as that. Manipulating humans. Of course, I can divine it in such a way that we add all the technical jargons, but that's not the focus here. So that's why I'm making it as simple as possible. So it is manipulating people into making security mistakes, right? That is
Yeah.
manipulative techniques that are being used into deceiving people so that they can reveal or divulge sensitive information such as their password, payment card details, you know, personal identification number, and the rest of them. So any sensitive information that you are not supposed to actually say out. They are privy and private to you and can actually be used for identity theft, can be used in order to take loan on your behalf, can be used to, you know, take your money from you and all of those unauthorized access to your company, your proprietary, information, your proprietary software, and all of those things. These are the techniques that social engineering that are being used in order to take those things in without the authorized user's permission, right?
Mm-hmm.
Manipulative techniques. So that is what social engineering is. And then another one that we have that is so common is malware, malicious software. Malwares like viruses, worms, trojans, ransomware. Ransomware is even very common now. All of these are categorized under malware. Ransomware, where your files will be locked down, or your system is being locked, or your files are being encrypted, and then you'll be asked for a ransom. That is like a payment, sometimes in cryptocurrency, for them to be able
Yeah.
to unlock or decrypt your files or your system. So that's malware. Then spyware, malicious software that spies on you without your consent. They are very dangerous to the point that there are keyloggers that are spywares that can record keystroke of your keyboard. So when you type in your password to your online banking, internet banking portal, you can record the keystroke of your password and send it to the controller or the hacker behind the spyware. And all of these are used to infect your device and compromise the security of your device, whether mobile device or your system, right? And also we have phishing. Phishing is a type of social engineering. Phishing is also rampant. These are unsolicited, manipulative, fraudulent messages sent, to individuals, for them to believe that it is coming from a legitimate source in order to actually divulge sensitive information like your payment card, your social security number, your BBN, your payment card details, and all of those. Then we have password attacks. Password attacks are very common online threats also, where a lot of people want to guess your password using brute force. You want to try different combination of passwords in order to guess your password. You want to try your date of birth in order to crack your password. You want to try, gather as much information as possible in order to, crack your password. And also, all of these methods are employed in order to gain unauthorized access to your account, because the default authentication method for most applications or most online accounts is the use of password. That's the default, is the
Yeah.
use of password. And that is why, um, password attack is very useful for cyber criminals, because they know that that is the default method of authentication for most applications online, right? And they want to attack your password in order to gain unauthorized access to your online accounts, right? And lastly, that we'll talk about is cryptojacking. That's unauthorized use of your device or your computing device to actually mine cryptocurrency without your knowledge, without your consent. An example is if you are someone who you use compute engine in the cloud, like Azure Compute Engine or AWS uh, Compute Engine or EC S3 bucket, right? AWS. Another person can actually hijack or use compute that computing resources or compute resources in order to mine So it means that you are paying more than you are using, right? Because
Yeah,
it is pay as you go. Cloud services are pay as you go. So sometimes you don't even know that somebody is already using your resources to mine, and that eats up, you know, the resource capacity. And according to that performance, your cloud service provider will charge you. So you are paying. You see, that's like defrauding you. So that is cryptojacking. And all of these I've mentioned like about 6 to 7 now, or about six. Now, all of these are the most common online threats. These are the most common online threats. Identity theft too is part of this, most common, where people actually use your information, to get loan on your behalf,
yeah,
to take loan on your behalf. Identity theft. They take your information. And this is why phishing and social engineering is also a very critical online threat, because via phishing and social engineering, identity theft can be possible, because when they are able to get all of the sensitive information, then they can use it, you know, in acquisition, of properties, in taking loans, on your behalf, and all of those things. So yeah, I will just stop with this. Like about six that I've mentioned now, the most common online threats that we should look out for as a netizen, a citizen of the internet. Thank you, Joe.
yeah. I'm really happy that you started with social engineering, because when you talk about social engineering, one of the age group that falls prey, to social engineering is mostly the aged people, and also, even it's getting more common in the youth nowadays, and it's very important to know these things. I'm so happy you started, and you deeply explained how social engineering works. Now that we have good understanding of the six common online threats that you have laid out, it's time to shift focus to understand the proactive measures that we can take to protect ourselves, because it is crucial to take charge of our online security. These hackers are not just after companies or businesses, even individuals are targets. So how can our listeners protect themselves online?
All right. So I need to say this, that before I say how you can protect yourself, you need to understand
Yeah.
what cyber criminals are looking for, right?
Okay.
I know there are a lot of myths uh, outside there, that if you do not have money, no cyber criminal will come after you. That is not true, right? There are four things that cyber criminals are looking for. Number one, they're looking for your sensitive information. Number two, they're looking for your money. Number three, they're looking for your online account. Your online account. Number four, they're looking for your identity. Your identity, right? These are the four things they are looking for. You see that money is just one of those things, because your online account is so special. You know why? Because
Yeah.
there are people who have you have built trust with over time, using some of your online accounts. So they might not be targeting you, they might be targeting those people. So
Yeah.
when a cyber criminal hijacks your Facebook account, he is not targeting you directly. He's targeting your loved ones. So what they do is they ravage, they go through all your messages, and then identify the people who trust you the most from your conversations. Even when cyber criminals hijack your WhatsApp, that is what they do. They look at your previous messages. They want to identify who are the people you have established trust with, who are your closest associates. People that when you mention that maybe your mother died, they can close down their kiosk to come and save you,
Yeah.
right? These are the people they would look for. And then when they target those people, you see that the attack on you is an extension to your loved ones most of the time, right? So they are not just looking for your money. They want your online account. They want your identity. They know with your identity, there's a lot they can do with it. They want
Yeah,
sensitive information from you. They know with certain information, they might even be able to, launch an attack on the organization you work for, not even on you now. Do you see that it is deeper than just saying the cyber criminal what they want is just money, right? I just want to establish that. All right. How
yeah,
can I protect myself from online threats? Number one is your password. Your password must be secure. Your password must be secured. We cannot even overemphasize this. Your password must be secured. I've seen several organizations that have scattered online that the huge attack that they suffered that almost closed down their organization started from password compromise.
wow.
In fact, yes, in fact, the colonial pipeline, if you check very well, you will see that it is an authentication problem that originated from password that actually caused the whole catastrophe. That was what ushered in the attack. So, as simple as it can look, it is very dangerous because password compromise can usher in a higher and a larger attack on an individual or on an organization. For example, I think there was another attack like that in 2022 that I read about. So the VPN, the virtual private network that they used for some time, and they stopped using it, but they still kept it as their in their archive as their IT assets, right? They didn't change the password on that VPN. They are no more using it, but it's still within their IT environment, right? So the hacker actually gain access to the VPN. You see, it's not an active VPN. If it is an active VPN that the company is currently using, maybe the organization would have detected that something is going on. But that was an abandoned VPN that they refused, but it's still within their IT environment, right? Still connected to a few, systems. So the hacker launched a password attack on that VPN and was able to compromise the password. And then via that VPN that they are no more using, they were able to penetrate into the organization. Why? Because it was not within the scope of what they are monitoring. Yet it is still an IT asset that is within their IT environment, right? So password is very important. Secure your password. Create strong passwords that include a combination of uppercase, lowercase letter, number, and special characters. And do not use your bed. Do not use any information that can identify you for your password. Any information that can identify, that can be traced to you, like your name, your address, your home address, don't use it. Use different
Yeah,
password for different accounts. This is very rampant. I've fall victim of this before also. Where I want to just always want to use the same password until there was a data breach that happened, and then my password was compromised, and I saw that somebody was having access to another account that I use the same password for. Did you see that? So if to say I'd use different password for all of those accounts, it would have been a different ballgame, right? Use different password for different accounts. So when one account is compromised, the same password that is being compromised on that account cannot be used to log in into another account. So if you are using one password for all of your online accounts, it means that when that password is compromised and then it becomes exposed, the cyber criminal can use the same password to log into your email, can use the same password to log into your Twitter, can use it. That is not good. That's not the best practice for security or for cyber security, right? So it is best to use different password and then don't write password everywhere. Download a reputable password manager to securely store and generate password for you. Me, like me, I use LastPass. I know LastPass got hacked recently. Yes,
Yeah, yeah, I
but
did.
they've taken, yeah, they've taken precautions. They were always communicating with us. I've changed my master password, and we are fine now. All right. So this is just to show you that there is no technology that is 100% safe. No
That
technology
is
is 100%
absolutely
safe.
right.
Every technology that is created by a human being can be compromised by a human being. If it is created by an individual, that same technology can be compromised by an individual. This is why every software you see or every application you see normally have different version. They upgrade from one version to another. You know why? Because no technology is 100% safe. There will always be bugs to fix. There will always be vulnerabilities to
Yeah,
patch.
yeah,
This is
absolutely.
why you need to, you know, I'm staying very long on password because this has cost a lot of organization businesses billions of dollars. Password compromise, right? So it is very important even for businesses and individuals. Right? Then enable two-factor authentication on all your online accounts, including your instant messaging apps, your WhatsApp. A lot of people don't do that on WhatsApp. I've seen people who did they enable two-factor authentication on their on their Gmail, on their Twitter, on their but on their banking internet banking app, on their mobile banking app, but their WhatsApp they refuse to do that two-step verification, and then their WhatsApp got hijacked. And then from there, people have access to some sensitive information that now help them to get access to their banking, you know, account, right? So it is important to enable two-factor authentication. What does this mean? This means that there is you are adding an extra layer of security that requires a second level verification for your account. So it means you are logging in with a password, your username and the password, and then there's another level of verification, for example, one-time password, a code that will be sent to your phone number to confirm that you are the one that is actually logging in. So when you use that code, you know, and the code expires after use. Right? That is one example. Another example is using authenticator app, right? Where you have the app with you while you know try to log in. So two-factor authentication is very important. And if you have the ability to actually implement multi-factor authentication, that is, you use username and password, you use one-time password, OTP, then you use security question, or you add biometric, right? All of this really help you to add another layer of security to your online account or to your applications, right? Also, it is very important to be cautious of emails and attachments. Emails and attachments, right? Don't just download when you see that there's an email that is sent to you that is unsolicited. Do not download any attachment from such email, no matter what. And if the email looks like it is coming from somebody you know, but you didn't ask the person to send the email, verify from the person before you interact or before you engage the email, right? It is very important. It is very important. I've seen, people download attachments onto their organization's network, and for years, the organization did not know that there is already a command and control server that is communicating, you know, with that is communicating with the malware that have been downloaded, through the
Yeah,
attachment, gotten from the email. So all of these are very important and very crucial to take into account to protect yourself from online threats. And I will just add this, that you should keep your software up to date. Up to date. I know people who, when there is an update, they will wait until the third week before they actually install the update or even download the update. Even on system, your operating system is telling you there is a new version, there is a new update. You will say, I would update later.
Yeah.
Remind me later. Remind me later. Remind me later. Is happening to people. Remind me later until you get
Until
hit
you
by
get
a
hacked.
ransomware. You get hit by a ransomware. And then you now say, no, I did not download anything. I did not click on any link that is not, I didn't know. I did not, but you did not update your software. You did not update, you've been postponing it, which means that the vulnerability in the previous version is still there. And if hackers, exploit that vulnerability, you'll be a victim. Lastly, be careful the links you click on, the URL that you click on. There are some shortened links that are being sent via, messages and WhatsApp, broadcast and all of those things. Those things are just like a bait. They're just like a bait. So if you see any shortened link, you can unshorten the link online to see what the original link behind those shortened links are. You can check on shorten.it or on shorten.me. These are various websites where you can unshorten any link to reveal the original link behind them. And then be very careful of all these messages that are being sent to you that your this is phishing actually. It's called smishing, right? Smishing is a kind of phishing attack that is sent via text messages, right? So that they will send to you and says your bank account has been closed down due to some technical issues. Click on this
Yeah.
link in order to reset. All of those things. Be very careful, and this is how you take proactive measures in order to actually prevent um, online threats. Thank you.
Yeah, you spoke very, very well, especially when it comes to updating software. I would say I doubly do that. When you see the message come up, update your, I'm like, not right now, remind me later.
Right now.
Especially that is so true. Thank you for re-echoing that again, and I will start updating my software every time I see it come up. That thank you for that. And when we talk about this practices we can use to stay safe online, you know there are certain warnings, right, that we might get, or certain red flags that we might see when surfing the internet, to say that, okay, this site or this document or this link is unsafe. So what are some red flags that we can watch out for when we are online?
All right. So when it comes to red flags, I've mentioned a few of them,
Yeah, you
and
did.
yeah, a few. So I will just add to those ones that I've mentioned. Right. So number one is when you see, for example, a pop-up. Maybe you are surfing the internet, and then there is a pop-up that is saying, "Oh, you can get this, maybe this Adidas sneakers, you can get it for so amount. Click on this link to these are red flags, right? These are red flags. But you can get it for so amount. Click on this link and you go to so or so, or they tell you, uh, or they tell you, uh, Elon Musk is giving out Elon Musk is giving out $30 or five
Yeah,
hundred
that is
dollars
very common.
because
Yeah.
you normally see that one because he's really happy today or something like that. You know, um, some of these things actually prey on people's greed. It normally preys on people's greed, right? And I normally tell people that everybody is greedy. It's just the level of your greed that will determine if you will fall victim of some of these things.
Yeah, that's so true.
So it just determines the level of your greed, you know, that will determine if you will fall victim. So these are a few flags, red flags. Also, when you see an email that comes from uh, that comes an with a with a sender, you know, email address that does not make sense. You know, sometimes you see some emails, and then when you move your mouse and you hover through the sender field, you see that the email address doesn't make any sense, right? These are red flags. These are red flags, and these are things that one should be very careful of. Another red flag is when I'm trying to look at the way I, know, put it down, be very simple, and people will be able to get it. So another red flag is this. This is very rampant also. This is very rampant also. Now you see schemes that says that you can use $1 to earn $1,000.
Yeah.
$1 to earn $1,000, and then they will tell you, you don't need collateral, you don't need anything, just pay the $1 and so, and then instantly there is no investment that does not have risk, that is 100% guaranteed that there will be a return. So a lot of people have been scammed using this technique, right? Using this technique. A lot of people have been scammed using this technique. Another thing I want to talk about is, when you receive maybe a call or a message that they are from maybe IT support from social organization, or that one is even too far. I've received a call before that the other person on the call was saying that they just sent me a code now. I should call the code out. I don't know if you've had that experience. I
Yeah,
should call out
I've
the
heard,
code.
I've heard of it.
Yes, I should call out the code to them, so that they can rectify something and they will just come up with one story or the other. And then before you know it, you see that when we are done calling out the code, in the next 2 minutes, your Facebook account has been hacked. In the next 2 minutes, your Twitter account is gone. Right? So these are red flags. And then when you see an offer that is too good to be true, too good to be true, you should know that that is a red flag. It is too good to be true. That is a red flag. When anything is off, is off, that's a red flag. Or you receive an email, and then maybe you are in your place of work, and then that email contains account information where you should transfer money to, and they are informing you that maybe it's from the CEO. There are different red flags like that. That is a red flag. To protect yourself, that you need to identify in order to know that, and be able to avoid being scammed, right? You need to be very vigilant, and stay updated on common scams around. Read online news, listen to news, and the rest of that. You'll be able to get more red flags. These are few that are very rampant, and I've even experienced, and people around me have also experienced. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shegun. You really took time to break all that down. And some of these red flags, we see it every day. And especially when you talk about the greed aspect, because that is one aspect that make a lot of people to fall prey to all these cyber criminals because of greed. When they see things like this, send us $10 to get $1,000, and send this to get that, and all of these things, and it's even rapidly evolving, especially now with the use of AIs to. These cyber criminals are even using AIs to also, you know, um, you know, make their work more efficient, if I should say it like that. So
Yeah, you're
if
correct.
you
Yeah.
to those listening, if you see this some of these red flags that Mr. Shegun has listed, it will really help you a lot. And also very important to attend cyber webinars like this, occasions that the events that they talk about, cyber security. This will make you, know the latest threat and how to avoid it. And also it will help you, keep updated. And when you see, something, when you see an article pop up online about someone that got hacked, or someone that got, something that happened, cybersecurity matter, always do well to look into it and see what the person did wrong or where the person went wrong in order to become a victim of these cyber criminals. Mr. Shegun, you have said a whole lot, and we have a very few minutes to go. So let's take your final words. Let's take your final words on this topic: how to stay safe online.
All right, so I would say that you should keep yourself updated, stay abreast of the latest happenings in online, latest happenings in the cyberspace, right? These are ways that you can actually get yourself informed and also be proactive, when it comes to staying safe online. Um, I know that a lot of people don't want to read stuff, after they might have read for meetings, they might have read to prepare presentation for stakeholders. Why should they now be reading news again and all of that? But this is just to help you to stay abreast of the happenings and help you to actually know how to protect yourself. Nobody is nobody is exempted from this. Cybersecurity and staying safe online is everyone's responsibility. So
Yeah.
there is nobody that can say I can never be hacked or I can never be a victim. I can never
Yes.
you can't say that. So it is very important. And then there are some resources that you need to learn from, that you can keep checking just to learn about online safety, like cybersecurity resources from cybersecurity organizations and government agencies like the NCSA, NCSA as National Cybersecurity Alliance. They provide resources and educational materials for online safety. You can check um, CISA also out. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, they offer guidance, tools, and resources to enhance cybersecurity and protect against threats. You can check out NIST. NIST is very popular, National Institute of Standards and Technology. They also have cybersecurity best practices, cybersecurity frameworks that you can use. There are online safety websites and guides that you can get from websites like staysaveonline.org, getsaveonline.org, rights and privacyrights.org. Sorry for that. These are online, you know, safety websites where you can get tips protecting yourself online. Know before is also a security and online safety website, and also a cybersecurity organization that is striving when it comes to cybersecurity awareness and staying safe online. In fact, they have a movie series on cybersecurity, The Insider Man. You should check it out. Even Joe, you should check it out.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
Insider Man, yeah, is really interesting. The way they portray some of these, security concepts, social engineering. They touch almost everything I've talked about. They talked about social engineering using movie. Yeah, so you're enjoying yourself. You are doing Netflix and chill, and then you're also learning how to stay safe online. All right,
Yeah.
so and that is very important. And also social media platforms, you can check social media platforms for relatable cybersecurity talks, just like the one um, organized by Cypherdog and Cypherdog and the rest of that. So this is what I just want to add, that it is very important that you stay abreast and know what is actually going on around you. A lot of people outside does not even know what cryptojacking is, and most of the time they are even paying more than what they use because some guys are actually using their cloud resources to mine you know cryptocurrency and the rest. So I hope this will really help you to actually beyond just 1 hour webinar to be able to also get yourself informed. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Shegun. I really must say that your expertise on this matter and all the insights you've given today, it has really enlightened me personally, and I'm sure all the listeners have learned one or two things from what you have said today. Your constant, dedication to spreading the word, spreading awareness on staying safe online is very, very commendable. I know I just sent you a
Thank
message
you.
online on WhatsApp and you are like, yeah, let's do
Thank
it. I mean, that is so wonderful. And I really appreciate your time, and your effort in making this webinar a success. And thank you for coming up today to discuss this topic and break it down so that everybody would understand. And if you're listening, Cypherdog has an encryption product where you can use to encrypt your text online, encrypt your text on your email, on your WhatsApp, and all your messages app that you can use. These are products that you can use to, keep yourself safe online. So you can check us out at cypher.dog, and also follow us on Twitter at cypherdog underscore inc. So follow us on Twitter and always turn off the notification to um, get notified anytime that we are hosting a webinar like this. And also you can connect with Mr. Shegun on LinkedIn, and if you want to purchase his book, if you want to talk to him personally, you connect with him on LinkedIn. And Mr. Shegun, once again, I really appreciate your time and bring
Thank
coming
you.
out today to share your knowledge and guide us to a more secure digital future. So thank you so much, and I look
Thank you
forward
for
to
having me.
having you again, maybe another
Definitely.
webinar or another
Definitely.
event. So thank you so much, Mr. Shegun, and thank everybody
Thank
for
you.
coming in to listen. Do have a very wonderful day ahead.
And you too. Thank you so much.
All right, bye bye, Mr. Shegun.
Yeah. Yeah.